Okay, then since we successfully fetched the orders from the orders collections from our Firestore, and it successfully pushed it to our data store over here. We have the orders details completely over here. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to build exactly the orders view for the dashboard first. So let's go ahead and build that. So I'm just going to change this to class name, and it's going to be flex item. Everything should be aligned in the center, and justify center both horizontally and vertically. It should be center, and flex direction, it's going to be column. And from the padding top, I'm going to move it a little bit higher, and it should take the complete width, and the gap between each and every object should be 4. All right, so now let's look at over here. So then what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to verify if there is orders. If there is orders, then I need to render something. If there is no orders, then I need to render something. So if orders, it will render this. If there is no orders, this will render this h1 tag. And I'm just going to say class 1, and let's say txt text hyphen, and let's say 50, let's say 72 pixels, and let's say text heading color and font size bold, and let's say no data. All right, so here we go. So since we have the orders in our hand, okay, so if I give it like if not orders, let's say, let's change this condition manually. Now you can see it shows no data, because of course we do have the orders. So if we have the orders here, I need to render the components, what exactly I need to render and everything. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so what we need to do is, so basically I'm going to create one more component, because we're going to use the same component for our we're going to use the exact same component for our client end also. It should work perfectly for our client end also. So let's do that. Let's create the component. Let me close the context and expand the component over here. Let's say orders data.jsx, and let's say RAFCE, save the changes. And inside the index.js, I'm gonna say copy and paste this. I'm going to change this to orders data, and I'm going to export this as orders data, save the changes. And now what we need to do, let me go here, and let me go to the, we don't need this main app.js, header.js, just keep the db orders. Let's go to the db orders. So over here, what I'm going to do is, if we have the orders, then I'm just going to say orders dot map, open it. I'm going to get the item one by one, and I'm going to render a component, not a normal function. It's going to be a component, so render it. So along with this item, I'm going to get the index as well, comma index. All right, so now what I need to do, I need to bring the orders data over here. So this is going to be rendered from the components, and this is going to be an object, orders data, and the key is going to be the index, and the index, it's going to be our I, and the data, it's going to be our item. These are the properties that we need to create inside our orders. So let's copy this, and let's go here, let's expand it, paste it, then data, save changes, and save the changes as well as over here. Now we can see we have two orders, 2 times the orders data. That's the reason is because the order items which we are using, it's like we have only 2 different items over there. Since if it is an admin dashboard, we need to displays everything. So I'm just going to say admin. If it is admin, I'm going to send the object as true. Okay, so here I'm going to get that admin. Oops, not like this. I'm going to get the admin, save the changes. Let's get to the orders data, and let's customize each and every layer one by one. So that's what we're going to do next.